All right, you're still watching Ways. Now, if you're a fan of classical music, then you are assuredly known about the famous piano used in concert everywhere. The piano has a long history of bringing music to life with its delicate sound and beautiful resonance. But did you know that there's a holiday dedicated to pianos? Well, today, Piano Day is an annual worldwide event founded by a group of like-minded people that takes place on the 88th day of the year in 2022. It's today, that's the 29th of March, because of the number of keys on the instruments being celebrated. Now, World Piano Day has been designed to celebrate this incredible instrument, which has brought many of us so much joy over the years. No matter whether you play the piano yourself or you have an appreciation for this sort of music, we can all appreciate that listening to quality pianists is nothing but pure joy. So, happy World Piano Day. Yay! Who loves the piano here? Who plays the piano?
I don't know how to play, but I love the piano.
So I took lessons. I was taking lessons as a child until Sharia crisis started and they burnt my piano that my mom bought for me. Because I took the piano to church so that they take me lessons. And so when the crisis broke, my piano was part of what got affected. So they burnt it in the church. So ever since I didn't buy it.
And that was the end of piano lessons.
I had kids, and
You moved on
my son is amazing with the
keyboard.
The one that the Catholics use, that they have the leg pressing, and I can't remember the name now. Yeah, so beautiful, and he's self-taught. Nice. My children are all musically inclined. They play piano.
So who did they get that from?
Well. No, honestly, we are both actually musically inclined, because my husband also plays the flute, and he also, most of his self-taught. So I think
anytime I hear about the piano, the only person that actually I think about 3 people actually come to my head, and that is Ray Charles. That's number 1, and okay, 2 actually, and Alicia Keys.
What about Stevie Wonders?
Stevie Wonders, come ça, you know, but more Alicia of Ray Charles and Alicia Keys.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about in the news. I'm not sure who let me start with EC first, then I'll come to you, Lera.
Okay, I have a tale of woe, and this is due to the state of the country, insecurity and kidnapping crisis that is ravaging the country. And the headline that caught my attention is, we've kidnapped children from Lagos to Ibadan for rituals. So this was by an individual who is a kidnapper, and in an attempt to abduct a 4-year-old child from a school at Omole Estate, phase 1, the young man was caught. So his name is, let me try and get it out. His name is Kayode Olafisoye, and he's a 43-year-old man, and he's part of a syndicate that came from Ibadan to kidnap children in Lagos State. Now, he said he has never been to the area of Lagos State, but he has been kidnapping children around Lagos State. And he actually goes for children between the ages of 4 to 7 years old, because they are most vulnerable. And he has a substance which he gives to them that makes them quiet and in a state of haze when he actually kidnaps them. And he had a partner who actually escaped in the process, but of course when he was caught, he actually said that he sometimes uses these children for rituals. So he sells them
as a
for
parent, your child is going to school and you don't even know if the child is coming back or not. Like,
and he sells these children. The one that really got to me is that he sells these children for as low as 8K the parts, or as low as 8 to 20K for the parts.
For what?
Now imagine if the woman who has this child must have looked for this child for years, and this kidnapper actually kidnapped. Yeah, no, I'm just going. I understand, but I'm just saying, if that's the only child that woman has and was kidnapped, look at children that go to school every day. They walk to school back and forth. The vulnerability of these children who are in public schools that walk to school, these are little ways that they can actually catch these children and make use of these children. So there is so much that the government can do. There is so much we can do.
But there was
as a
something very
community.
profound about the video you shared, which is
Yeah.
what I think I'd like to also draw attention to most parents. Please,
Yeah.
when you have your kids in the car, my car, I'm blessed with the kind of car that it starts on its own. I can take the key
Absolutely,
out
take your key
and
out.
lock the door. But so at least if you have older kids, please tell them to press. I always tell my kids anytime
lock
when they were a
it.
lot younger,
Yeah.
if I leave them, I just want to pick up something, I say, please lock, because I always leave the car running.
Yeah.
Lock it from inside. Only when
When
you see me, then
That's
you
when you
open
open it.
Because there was something profound, because when the young man jumped into the car and was about to drive off,
Exactly.
yes,
Yes.
she was holding the key. She had
already
removed
turned
the
up
key
the
from the
engine of the
ignition.
car.
So
Yeah.
imagine if she left the key
He would
on
have
the
zoomed
ignition,
off with
he
the
would have
children.
zoomed off with the child. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So please, when you have kids in the car and probably you need to rush off to do something, just be conscious of that. If your car doesn't have that, or your children are not old enough for that central lock, best is just take them with
Take
you.
them with you into
Yeah.
the store, wherever you're
Yeah.
going to.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Alero, your story.
Yes, so my story is also around the insecurity in Nigeria. So the Nigerian Railway Commission,
Corporation, right?
yes, corporation, sorry, and NRC has suspended operations along the Abuja-Kaduna route after terrorists blew a truck and attacked a train Monday night. That was yesterday. Dear passengers, due to unforeseen circumstances, train operations along the Abuja-Kaduna route has been temporarily suspended. Further communications will be given in due course. The NRC tweeted on Tuesday, which was this morning. Terrorists attacked a train en route to Kaduna State on Monday evening, with many travelers feared abducted. The terrorists reported bombing the truck and improvised explosive devices, which forced the train to derail. I mean, this is really so scary that we're having issues within our own major roads with the cab hailing services, and now they have actually moved to the
railway services.
Like, I really don't know what else Nigerians can actually do again, because it seems like the moment you move, like, step your foot out of your house, there's always one chaos or the other.
This event is a follow-up of the event that happened at the Kaduna airport.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, my mom literally landed, when was this now? She landed on a Saturday. The next day in the morning, we were hearing that
Was when it happened.
gunmen went to the airport, you know, to at the runway. In fact, they shot one of the security guards or something.
Yes.
That was the first attempt. Now for those that know the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, Kaduna-Abuja Expressway was relatively
Very
safe,
safe.
but all of a sudden there was so much cases of kidnapping and all of that. So the safest way for us that have families in Kaduna to go to Kaduna is fly down to Abuja and take the train from Abuja to Kaduna. So this already, you know, I mean, is it that they're trying to paralyze the economy of that state? Because nobody wants to have anything to do with that state. As we're talking now, the only person keeping this Kaduna transaction is my father. He has refused to, because he just loves the place. And it's not like Kaduna is a peaceful place. It's not somewhere that, you know, yeah, we had pockets of violence growing up, but now seeing this like repeatedly, right, it just breaks my heart. And it just leads me to my story, because I think, again, when we count what we are losing with the spate of insecurity,
Yes.
I don't know how the people in government and the people that are supposed to be fighting, how they're able to sleep, right?
I think that's the only part I want to touch on, because I don't understand how something like this has happened, because this is a federal issue and the president is not giving speeches. He's not responding to anything.
So many
It seems
things
like he
that
doesn't
happen
even know that
and
anything is
still-
happening.
But attending-
I know, like, if this is a marriage now, you say you are sounding like a nagging wife, because we've said this over and over again. But it still needs to be said.
It's heartbreaking, because
Because
how much
lives
value do we
have
have
been lost,
for human life in
people
this
are
country?
allegedly kidnapped, like you rightly said, right? So why exactly can't you even just say, and even if it's just a 2 minutes statement?
Let's just know.
You know,
We
so
call the
let me
doctor that
talk
actually
about my
died.
story. Is the doctor, right? It says tweet Mon's medical doctor killed in the Abuja Kaduna train terror attack. So this young doctor, very beautiful girl. Chinelo, Megafo, she had been shot in her stomach, and she tweeted and said, "I'm on a train, I have been shot, please pray for me." That was the story. And of course, the next day, news broke that she didn't make it, right? So what really broke my heart with this tweet is, again, I mean, I'd like to throw this to Elsie because you are the social media person, right? Where do we draw the line when it comes to, or digital marketer, sorry, I'm sorry, darling. You know, where do we draw the line when it comes to issues of, right, clout chasing? Because where did it even come from?
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Please pray for me, I've been shot." And some people that I don't understand, maybe they're suffering from mental health. No, this is not mental health. This is actually, I don't even know what, I'm trying to hard not to use a strong word. How can somebody say that I have been shot and all you can think of is that this person is trying to clout chase?
Like, even if...
Right? Where do we draw the line in all of these things?
No, not Elsie.
You know, where do we draw the line?
Right, Elsie.
You know,
Okay.
where do we draw the line? Because I'm trying to find, Debola Williams now posted on social media, and he was talking. You needed to have seen some of the tweets and that people tweeted. Like, people have debased mind. Somebody actually tweeted, "Are you dead now?"
What?
Replying to her message that, yes, that said that I'm on a train, I have been shot. The person tweeted, "Whoever you are, you will not die well."
May posterity judge that
He says,
person.
"Are you dead now?" How can you say that? Right? You know, how can you say that?
I mean, how often do people go online to say, I'm being robbed or I'm dying? And even, let's assume that, okay, these people are not, but at least try as much as you can to empathize for that few.
Empathy.
Somebody now says, "Oni Iro," or she
She like a liar.
Do you understand? What's the meaning
Masheo.
of that? Somebody now says, "Send us pictures."
So I mean, this is like beyond, okay, Elsie.
No, go ahead.
He
No,
said,
we should
then
allow-
somebody now said something. This was the final one that just broke my this thing. That you have strength to type.
Can you imagine? If she hadn't,
She
if
used
she
her.
hadn't tweeted,
That's
nobody
nobody would have known what even caused her death or what happened to her.
My question is this.
No.
So how do we know when someone is trying to chase the clout?
It doesn't even
And
matter.
when you're actually in dire need of that attention.
If somebody says, "I have been shot,"
Like,
I have been shot is I have been shot.
I agree with you.
I have been in crisis. I understand this thing. The day my sisters were trapped and my mother had to look for military men and my father to go and bring them in the den of the crisis. None of us slept. We couldn't even eat. Everybody we were on standstill. They threw an axe to my mother through the car. It landed on her thigh. She had internal bleeding because she was trying to go and rescue her children.
You know what?
Somebody now tweets that I have been shot. And you are asking for pictures.
But do you know what this has
Have
just
we lost
resulted
our
in?
humanity in this
it's
country?
crazy.
That's where I was going
this,
to.
This is also
this
what
has
happens
actually depicted what we are as a people.
as a human
Our
being.
social, emotional intelligence, for empathy, for feeling for another human being, it's practically dead.
Just
and
like-
Twitter is not even a healthy place in the first place. So that's another
like,
thing.
This whole situation is really
Elsie,
scary.
let me hear your thoughts quickly
Because
before
Elsie
we
has
run.
been,
Elsie
has
said
been
she
really
doesn't want to
quiet.
talk.
So what I was going to say is this same issue was what happened. It wasn't last week when we were talking about the Okada men, the bike men that was hit by that bus that they had to burn. People were busy taking videos and snapping
Instead of
pictures
helping
instead of
out.
helping out. So it's almost the same thing because this girl tweeted, right, saying that she was shot and you should help. And then it's the same incident that would have happened if you were passing on the road and you see somebody.
If I had
bleeding.
seen comments
Then
like, "Where is your
snap
current
pictures.
location?"
This
Do you
is typical
understand? How
story.
can we get? Where's the
So I also
process?
want to believe that
Yeah.
Come on.
there were comments like that, but as us typical humans,
We focus on
we
the
would
negative
focus
comment.
on the negative part.
Negative.
I want to believe that
No,
we
there will
had
be comments,
more positive
empathetic
comments than this negative comment. That's one.
But it shouldn't have come up in the
hold
first
on
place.
now. Of course,
That's what
but
she's
in a
saying.
gathering
People
of
will be
100 people,
people.
there must be mad people. Yes.
Yeah.
So, like I always say, social media is the bigger picture or a magnified picture of who we really are.
Exactly.
So it's not you won't be expecting the different attitude on social media. It's human beings. They are not bots. So if we are not, like you said, we've lost our humanity. Do you expect us to now have humanity when we're on social media? It's not going to happen. But I just wanted to point to what she said when she raised the issue of the person who was Did you say
Last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Okada men that were killed by...
It reminded
the
me of a
bus driver.
story that a lot of us shared around on WhatsApp. And when the true picture came up, at least I was able to also reshare what the true picture is, which was the case of the dispatch rider who had
a child,
baby in his,
Yeah,
you know, and the story
yes.
went around and
That
said,
was
trying to
that's
kidnap a
what they
child.
do, they kidnap, they use dispatch riding, blah, blah, blah. And then after investigations,
was the
police
uncle.
said, oh no. The parents
The
said,
mother actually
you
gave
know,
the
but
child
that
to
was not the case, right? I mean, I'm going somewhere based on we are in a situation whereby sensationalization is just what sells. And like you said, cloud chasing. I can't begin to give references now because honestly, I wasn't prepared for the show, right? But there are cases where people have chased clout with things that you wonder, why would you even think
We have to draw
about
the line.
it? So like you said, we have to draw the line. I also want to hold on to the fact that we had more people that were sympathetic. It's just like how you put up a post, everybody's telling you, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful.
And one person
but
just
when
comes.
one person comes to tell you, what is wrong with you?
Let's
Why is your
believe
leg
that.
bent like this?
Let's
That
believe
is the one
You will now focus on.
So no, that is not, this whole comments that are being amplified is not the bigger picture of
It's not the true
Nigerian
picture.
youth or the true picture of
I just
Twitter
pray
in
so, and I
Nigeria,
hope so,
because we
honestly.
have used Twitter to save a lot of lives.
Because
We have
somebody's
used Twitter
there,
to
you
raise
dead
funds. We have used the same Twitter to do a lot of good that I can begin to mention right now. So it doesn't end in these few stupid people, apologies, I have to use that word, right, that have done what they have done right now. Even the one that said,
Insensitive.
I think I saw the tweet where someone said, are you dead
Insensitive.
now? I'm wondering,
Yes,
why
now.
would you even
Person,
tweet
like,
that?
really?
How will you tweet that?
So it also takes me
Yeah.
back to saying what I say every time to parents. Our parenting is no longer limited. It's now like a wide range of parenting. And in that parenting, you have to begin to add to telling your children what it means to even interact
Empathy.
in the digital age. Not just empathy. So people now feel like, yes, when you see a person face to face, that's when you should have empathy. But you need to understand that your interaction with your phone as well
Of course,
has
it
a lot
must-
of
it must have
impact.
the
And you should
undertone.
begin to have that conversation with your children, especially when they have phones and then they have social media. Ask them, what kind of comments do you drop? What kind of pages do you follow? Who are your role models? We cannot now leave those things to, oh, the owners of the platform should censor it, or we should just censor ourselves. We
It's
need
not
to
gonna
start
work.
having
On
real
that note.
conversations because it is now part of who we are.
Absolutely.
We cannot take away social media. We cannot take away digital media. It's doing a lot for us, right? But we also need to now find a way to engineer those things into
I wish
our
the employers
parenting,
of those people
our
that
values,
tweeted those things
our everything.
will fish them out and
So
sack them.
on this note, I would like to say or add that, you know,
Your
when people
employers are
say,
watching.
if you don't have anything nice to say,
Just shut up.
don't say anything.
Must you
at
drop a
all.
comment?
Major no.
Zip it. Drop a comment. Zip
Your mouth.
Just
Are
one
they-
comment.
No, this
can
one is not.
make
You're not
person
talking now.
commit
Zip.
suicide.
What's it called? Clip your fingers if you don't have any
Hold
good thing
yourself
to
back
type.
from
I'm
typing.
telling you.
Really.
All right, so on that note, to take a break, we want to talk about sexual assaults for men, right? Stay with us. We'll be right back.